Good morning. This is Joe Krutsinger with our monthly wrap-up, recalibration of TSWs, and we'll also have our Ninja files here today too. Just a note, for the next couple of months, my internet webmaster is on maternity leave. So if you need your TSWs, just shoot me an email or a TeamViewer, and I'll be glad to install them or email them to you. But they won't be posted. The only thing posted will be the videos. So for the PDFs or the TSWs, just contact me directly and I'll be glad to handle that. Now you can read this disclaimer at your leisure in the PDF, or just stop the video by hitting the stop button and reading it. But this is a very long video. There's 30 slides and usually there's about 20. So I'm not going to read every slide to you. I'm just going to present them to you. This is the disclaimer. Everything I'm showing you is hypothetical except one record, which is a real record, and I will show you the proper disclaimer for that. If you go to YouTube and type in fully automated trading or Joe Krutsinger, you can see an hour-long video on the switcher that explains my switcher concept, which is trading the moving average of the equity curve or the trend line of the equity curve. Now, if you aren't refreshed on that, let's just take a look at something that's very interesting. Here's the original shapes. This is the Russell. This was tuned last on June 23rd of 2013 over a large piece of data. The tune has never been recalibrated, and on March 21st of 2016 it broke its equity trend line, the same as the switcher, and said stay away from that strategy unless you're either one, going to retune it, or two, the trend line going down breaks and resumes the upward angle. That has not happened, and so since March 21st of 2016 this would have been out about 52,000 worth of equity. The equity right now is about 35,000 and change. So you can see the power of trend line analysis on the equity curve. Most systems that are support and resistance, buying low, selling high, like shapes, are having a hard time with a market that just makes a new high every day. And so you're seeing drawdown in the shapes and a couple of the others. Now, of course, the trend line analysis is one way to handle it, and I'll talk more about that later. But another way is just to remember that drawdown is a big part of this business. If you look at the stock market from 2000 to 2011, there was absolutely no gain, and there were two horrendous drawdowns. A drawdown from 11,000 down below 8,000, and a drawdown from 14,000 down below 7,000, 50% drawdown. And at the end of that period of time, there was absolutely no gain for buy and hold. This is a wonderful slide that goes back into the early 1800s, and it shows the fact that, oh yes, you've made money in the Dow by buying and holding. You know, it's been wonderful. But the drawdowns are there, and they're bigger than you think, than displayed from this chart. This is a graphic representation of the drawdown of that previous chart. This is focusing on the period from 1927 to 2016, and you can see how often you're in drawdown in that period. 70% of the time, in fact, you were in drawdown from 1927 to 2016. Now, why do I talk about drawdown so much? It's because it is a factor in trading systems, and the way to manage it is either to change rules constantly or to watch the equity curve, like I've alluded. Here's an example of our blind walk forward of this last month in Joe's Best. And in Joe's Best, if you would have done one of each, you would have been down 3,600. The interesting thing is 3 of them had a red switcher virtually the whole time. So with a red switcher, you wouldn't have turned those on. The green switcher ones down below shows just trading one contract each of the 3 that had the green switcher made $25.70 over that period. So that's an equity swing of $7,000 and a margin reduction of 50%. So this is why I advocate so much looking at the switcher and making selections on which ones to automate every day. And it just takes a minute to look at the color, and if it's green, you know, turn it on. If it's red, you don't. If you're trying to decide between 2 and they're both green, pick the greenest one, the one that's been green the most, or pick the one that has the biggest diff number. If you have questions on that, just give me a call and we'll discuss it, or watch that switcher video. Now these are the tables to add the inputs, and I'm not going to read the numbers. All you need to do is, if you're only going to trade one or two things, pull up the ones you're going to trade, save them with a new tab that says August 10th on the bottom of it, and then put the inputs in and save it again. That's all there is to it to change the inputs monthly. To me, it's just like taking off in an airplane, and you have a flight plan, but as you're going through the sky, you want to make adjustments to that navigation to keep on course. And that's kind of what I think about the monthly recalibration. This month I took the last 3 months of data, optimized it, and these are the new inputs. This is shapes. This is the razor new inputs. Here's razor with ribbons retunes. And just to let you know, I'm pretty good at this as far as doing the recalibrations, and it takes me over 12 hours to do this once a month. So, you know, if you take a look at the new inputs and see if they're better for you, and if they are, I certainly hope that you'll use them. Here's bar none, and just to note, the two at the end are 60-minute swings for crude and natural gas. The one in crude has not been changed. Those inputs haven't been changed for 3 months. The natural gas are new inputs using the equity curve analysis to decide when to do a recalibration. So that's the difference in those two. And here's our tables showing the original three, shapes, razor, and razor with ribbons. And of those three, razor with ribbons fared the best over this month, and the best performer of razor with ribbons was the bonds, making $24.71. Now here we had bar none, and bar none didn't have a good month. It had a losing period on all of the tunes. The best one, of course, would have been the bonds, just like the other one was, and it only lost $117 on the bonds. The summary below shows you trading all of them and including Joe's best, so you get a double dose of, for instance, the Russell, which is the #1 system. It was #1 historically. It was #1 for the Russell shapes over this period. It made $1,710 in the Russell #1 shapes over this period. The group that lost the least was ribbons and only lost $170. Otherwise, pretty much drawdown month. Now here's that slide reiterated from the very first of the presentation. This shows Joe's best over the period. 3 had red switchers, 3 had green switchers, 3 made money, 3 lost money. If you take a look at the green switchers, the ones that were green the whole period, you would have made the $2,570. Doing the whole group with disregard lost $36.21. And just keeping track of that original tune of the shapes, it's up $35,872 since 2013, and that includes the drawdown. That's not using the switcher, that's just including the drawdown. Using the switcher, it would be up about $52,000. So you can see over a long-term period, the switcher has some import. Switching gears a minute, here's my real-time disclaimer for the account that I trade. I'm currently trading the YM, that's the mini Dow. I'm using the razor tunes that I publish, and I'm doing it fully automated in an IRA, and I'm not using the switcher. Now I should be, because it had a drawdown in its equity curve. But I wanted to show you what taking every trade does in real time, and this is the one I selected back on 4/1/2017. So here shows those results. The summary is 2366.80. There's 68 trades. That's basically flat to down this month because it was up 2,900 before. So it's also in drawdown a little bit. The drawdown over this time has been 886. The annual rate of return though is 110%, trading one lot in automated mode. This is with slip and commission, and over that period making 2366. You made $1.67 for every dollar you lost, and this is for 4 months, 6 days, and 7 hours. The next group of slides are for everyone using Ninja, and again, I won't read everything, but this is the Shapes E Mini. It uses a 120-minute bar. Ninja has a capability to find bar size, and it is showing the period for 4 months from, let's see here, I think that's Yeah, 49 to 89. So it shows making $3,223 and 58% correct. With Ninja, in lieu of putting tables or TSWs, since they can't be transferred, I just show you the optimization values there on the left, and then the equity curve that results from those optimization values. So there you have it. Here's the FDAX on a 19-minute chart. Again, that same 4-month period, $9,600, 50% right. The drawdown total is showing, let's see here, $3,000. So, you know, big contract and has a bigger drawdown. There's your inputs for the Shapes FDAX on a 19-minute bar chart. Here's Ninja on the bonds, a 102-minute bar, kind of an unusual bar chart, and you know, there it is. It's 63% right over the history. And here's the inputs and the equity curve for the bonds. Remembering that this is all JK Shapes 2, that's the system, and then those are the inputs you put in over there to the left. Here's the NASDAQ over the 4-month period, making $9,000, 58% correct, average trade of 107. This is one of the better ones with only $1,100 drawdown. There's the inputs and the equity curve for the NASDAQ on a 57-minute bar. It's also at 1-minute resolution, of course. Here's the YM on a 31-minute bar for the 4-month period, 68% correct. And the drawdown was only $365, but it only made $2,500 over that period. And that was the last Ninja. Again, this is the mini Dow 31-minute bar. There's the equity curve for 4 months, and there's the inputs. My main product is ideas, service, and support when you need it. All you need to do is go to eTrackRecords.com, pull down the support tab, follow the instructions. I can get on your machine, I can install all the TSWs, I can put a PDF on there for you, I can go over through with you, if you like, on the phone, exactly how to use trend line analysis of the equity curve and how to use the switcher. This is what I'm here to do. This is my only job. If you don't have one of the systems, or if you want me to, like, for instance, put the Joe's Best onto your machine and go over that equity curve analysis, I can give you a red ribbon trial of any or all the systems for 14 days free. I'll put it on your machine and make sure you have a copy that exactly matches mine and show you how to run it. No charge. Well, that's the video. Next step is call my office at 913-334-2202 if you need anything. I have special offers to clients on all of my products. My email direct is JoeKrut@gmail.com, and our website is eTrackRecords, that's plural, .com. Well, good luck and great trading. We'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.